Hello everybody, this is your main man Keith here from Keith Plays PS4 927. Happy Sunday afternoon to all my awesome viewers on this amazing channel. Today in this matchup, the all-time Oklahoma City Thunder will be traveling to the state capital of Massachusetts, Boston, home of the Patriot Paul Revere. So, we're going to be playing in the TD Garden, and the Celtics will hopefully get their first win. The all-time Celtics will get their first win. You guys saw a couple episodes ago, they lost to the LA Lakers, which I will have the link to the video if you guys want to check it out in the description. So just keep that in mind. So moving on, I want to introduce the starting five for the all-time OKC Thunder / Seattle Supersonics. So for the all-time OKC Thunder, they got Gary Payton, Russell Westbrook, Ray Allen, Kevin Durant, and Shawn Kemp. For the all-time Boston Celtics, they got Bob Cousy, John Havlicek, Paul Pierce, Larry Bird, and Bill Russell. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you at tip-off. Alright, now it is tip-off time here in Boston at the TD Garden. So the OKC Thunder have the first possession of the basketball. Gary Payton, he passes it to Russell Westbrook, but there is a steal. John Havlicek picks it up for the Boston Celtics. So I'm going to pass it to Paul Pierce, and he's going to step back and shoot this in from 3 points, and it's now going to be 3-0 for the Celtics. So they take this lead. Russell Westbrook has possession of the basketball. He loses it. He picks it back up, and he's going to shoot this in from 3, but he actually misses it. So I'm going to pass it to the 11-time NBA champion, Bill Russell, and he dunks this in for 2 points. Not to mention, he was the Boston Celtics head coach from 1966 to 1969, as well as a player. So it's not as common anymore having players / coaches. And Ray Allen shoots that in for 3, but then Kevin Durant picks up the offensive rebound, and he dunks that in. So now I got Larry Bird, and he's going to shoot this in from mid-range, and that's going to be for 2. So it's now 7-2 Boston. And Gary Payton, he misses that shot, but KD, he picks it up for the Thunder and makes his 4th point of the game. And now I'm going to pass it to Paul Pierce. So Paul Pierce, he's going to pick this ball up, and he's going to drive it in for 2. So it's now 9-4. Celtics leading this by 5. So they have gotten offensive rebounds, but they picked up steals. So KD loses the basketball and passes it to Larry Bird. By the way, Paul Pierce does pick up the assist. He's going to pass it to Russell Westbrook and then KD. Bill Russell makes that steal on Kevin Durant. So Bill Russell, he's going to just shoot it in from mid-range, and it's going to be 13-4. So we're 6 for 6. That's 100% in field goals, by the way. And the Thunder, they're 2 for 5. So KD makes another dunk in this game, and he has all the points for the Thunder so far. So that's really good to see. And it is out of bounds, but we still get that possession in regards to that. So we're in green. So I'm going to pass this to Kevin McHale. I'm going to pass it to Rajon Rondo, who now plays for the LA Clippers. He steps back behind the arc and shoots that in for 3. And now Dennis Johnson has the basketball. He loses it, but then picks it back up. And it looks like Cowens, he was about to steal the ball, but then Sigma dunks that in. And now Casey Jones, he passes it to Ray Allen, who won gold in the 2000 Summer Olympics with Vince Carter and future teammate Kevin Garnett. So he's drilled that in for 3. And Ellis has the ball. He's going to pass it to Dennis Johnson. And Johnson actually makes that in. So it's now 19-10. So I'm going to pass this to Rajon Rondo. And Rondo, he's going to drive it in, make the layup there. And it's going to be 21-10. So we'll see you guys in the second quarter. Alright, now it's 23-10 here in Boston. So now Rajon Rondo, he's going to pass it to Casey Jones. And I'm going to pass it to Kevin McHale and then to Paul Pierce. And it looks like Paul Pierce, he's going to step back for three behind the arc. And he makes that three count for the Celtics. So Paul George, who now plays with the LA Clippers, has possession of the basketball. And it looks like it is out of bounds. It belongs to the Thunder on this possession. So OKC, it looks like Spencer Hayward, he's going to pass it to Johnson, and then Rondo picks it up for the Celtics, and he drives it in, but there is a foul there, and he actually makes the foul. It's a shooting foul, as a matter of fact, so Rondo will go to the free throw line, and he's going to make that in. So it's now 29-10 here in Boston. So the Celtics are taking a 19-point lead in Massachusetts. So Rondo, he drives it in with a layup, scores 2 points in the paint there. So it's now 31-10. Rondo has scored 12 points in this episode, while the Thunder, they just scored 10 points. So he's basically scored more points than the Thunder. So now they tied it up. So I'm going to pass this to Rondo, and now I'm going to pass it to Paul Pierce. And Paul Pierce, he drives it in with a dunk. And that's going to be an additional 2 points. So it's now 33-12. So they lose the basketball. The Thunder do pick it back up. And it looks like the Thunder, there is a foul on Ray Allen. Okay, now Paul Pierce, he passes it to KG. And then Paul Pierce, he steps back for three, and he splashes it in for the Boston Celtics. So KG picks up the assist, and it's Gary Payton. He loses the basketball, picks it back up for the Thunder. I mean, he did play for the Supersonics, but in 2008, the same year that the Boston Celtics won the NBA title, they moved after the 07-08 season, and Paul Pierce drove it in. So he has 17 points, Paul Pierce, in this game. Rest of the team had 23. So it's now KD. He boxes out and gets it in. So I'm going to pass this to Bill Russell, one of the greatest players in NBA history, and he's going to shoot this in from 3 points. So that's going to count for the Celtics. And now Kevin Durant, he has possession of the basketball. And it looks like KD, he's going to pass it to Ray Allen, who also played with the Supersonics. And he got traded the same year as Kevin Garnett did. And then in their first year together as teammates, Garnett and Allen won the NBA Finals, defeated the LA Lakers 4-2. And they went 66-16 in the regular season. That is why I like to play the 07-08 Celtics. And I'm so glad that they added that, because they also did that for the 2012-13 Heat. But, I mean, all these great teams I like have at least won the championship for the most part, like the 00-01 Lakers. And he buzzer beater, he makes it in. It's now 50-16. We'll see you guys at the second half. Okay, now this is the beginning of the second half here in Boston, Massachusetts. And Bill Russell, he's going to go up and he's going to make it splash in the paint for 2. So it's now 52-16 here in this game. So we're beating the Thunder by 36. So Bill Russell, and that will be his first foul of the game. It's a reach-in, by the way. So Ray Allen, number 34. So Ray Allen, as you guys saw on the court earlier in this episode, he wore number 20 with the Celtics because Paul Pierce was already wearing number 34, and Russell Westbrook makes it splash. So Boston has 6 more three-pointers in this OKC Thunder team in today's episode. And I will do an episode later today featuring the San Antonio Spurs because, well, by the way, that's going to be the next episode. And Paul Pierce, he has 21 points, and 10 points were in the paint. So back to the Spurs thing. Today is Tim Duncan's birthday, and he is on the all-time San Antonio Spurs. So that's going to be the next episode. I'm just not sure who will be the road opponent just yet. So I got lots of time. This is after this episode, though. So Shawn Kemp, he dunks it in. So he didn't go to college. nor he was not drafted at all. So I'm going to pass this to Bill Russell. And Bill Russell, he's going to go up and he makes it in. So Shawn Kemp, who you guys saw made a dunk there, actually made a foul. So Bill Russell, he gets a field trip to the free throw line and he actually makes it in. It's now 60-21. So the Celtics are leading by nearly 40 points. So Bill Russell, they named the finals MVP after him. And he appeared at like the celebrations afterward after LeBron James won in 2012-13 and 2016. He did not show up for the 2020 because it was in the bubble. So half of his points in today's episode were, he has 18, 9 of which were in this. So he scored half of his points. Now he scores 20 points, which he has 6 points mid-range. So almost half his points were mid-range. So he really didn't shoot much threes. So Rashad Lewis actually makes that in for 3. So it's now 66-24. So I'm going to pass it to JoJo White. And I'm going to pass it to Bill Russell. And Bill Russell, he's going to drive it in with a layup. And he gets another free throw opportunity here for the Celtics. And he actually misses it. But we do pick up the offensive rebound by Larry Bird. So John Havlicek, he makes it in for 3. So this is the first time that we actually saw him score in today's episode. Very impressive though, by the way. And there is a foul. It is on JoJo White. All right, now JoJo White has possession of the basketball, and then he's going to pass it to Havlicek. And then I'm going to pass it to Robert Parrish, and then Bill Russell, he's going to make that in. And it's now 73-24. So we're nearly leading by 50 points. And tremendous work out on that court today by Bill Russell. So Jack Sigma loses the basketball. Bill Russell, he picks it back up. I'm going to pass it to JoJo White. And then Larry Bird, who you guys saw, claimed that offensive rebound after Bill Russell missed that free throw opportunity. And Havlicek, I think, made it in for 3. So Paul George, he is going to make it splash. Maybe not. And this ends the third quarter. So it's now 76-24 here in Boston. All right, your State Farm assist of the game is coming right up. JoJo White, he passes it to Bill Russell. And he just drove it in. That was the play that you just guys saw about 30 seconds to a minute ago. And the Boston Celtics, now the Boston Celtics are going to have to play some D. So Robert Parrish makes the steal, number 0-0, and he dunks it in for Boston. It's now 78-24. So OKC has 17 turnovers, and we only had that 38 points whatsoever. So Russell Westbrook, he's going to attempt that 3. He does not actually make it whatsoever. And I got Ray Allen, one of the best three-point shooters before Stephen Curry. So Ray Allen, he makes that in for 3. So it's now 81-24. So Gary Payton has possession of the basketball. He loses it. So it means that he has the possession still. But Ray Allen makes that steal. And he's going to shoot it in from long range 3. And that's going to count. So it's now 84-24 Boston. So we're leading by 60 points. And Shawn Kemp makes another dunk there for the Celtics, for the Thunder. And now I got Rajon Rondo, who now plays for the LA Clippers. He did spend time with the Atlanta Hawks, but not very much though. 14 points in today's episode, 8 of which were in the paint. So a little more than half of his points were in the paint. So KD, he is going to try to attempt the 3. He does not actually make it, but I am going to pass this to Bill Russell, and Paul George claimed it. So he's going to pass it to Gary Payton. You got to use your hands, though, if you want to block that ball, and they actually make it in. So it's now 86-28. So I'm going to pass it to Bill Russell. If he actually makes this in, Rondo will claim that assist whatsoever, but he's going to shoot this in from mid-range. So it's now 88-28. Okay, now your player of the game is Bill Russell. 11-time NBA champion, 29 points, 13 for 13 in the free throw line for field goals by the way, is what I meant to say. And I'm going to pass this to KG, the former Minnesota Timberwolf. He got drafted from Farragut Academy in Chicago. He got drafted out of high school in 95. So I think he became the first modern player, to my knowledge, who got drafted out of high school. But many players, including Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Dwight Howard, J.R. Smith. I'm trying to think who else. Rashad Lewis was also a high school draftee. So I'm going to pass it to JoJo White and then to Paul Pierce. And then Paul Pierce, he's going to step back and he's going to shoot it in for 3. So it's now 96-30. So we're beating the Thunder by a whole lot of points. So we're nearly at the big 1-0-0 mark. And Ellis, he's going to make that in for 3. And it's now 96. So JoJo White, I'm going to pass it to Paul Pierce. And there is a foul. So he drives it in, which is good. But he forgot to box out that defender. So 98-99. All right, now there's only 14 seconds left, and KG shoots that in from 3, so it's now 102-33. So congrats to Kevin Garnett for scoring Boston's 100th point. So he makes the steal, and KG, he makes that decent jump shot, so that's good. And it's now 104-33, so the Thunder don't really have a lot of time to catch up, and the Celtics do take that W. So KG, he's going to shoot it in, buzzer beater, it counts. So the Boston Celtics do win this 107-33. All I want to say is thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Please stay tuned for more content, and we'll see you at stats. All right, now Paul Pierce, 30 points, 1 assist, 3 steals on the day, and had 1 dunk. So he had 12 for 12 field goals, 5 for 5 in the three-point line, and 1 for 1 in the free throw, which is good. Bill Russell, he was 29 points, player of the game, by the way, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 6 steals on the day, and had a dunk. But he was 13 for 13, which is good, but I'll explain the free throw in a minute. So Rajon Rondo, 14 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, and 2 steals on the day. 6 for 6 there. KG, 13 points with 2 steals. He came back for the Celtics. And Ray Allen, he had all 3-pointers, 9 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal. Larry Bird, he had the offensive rebound. If you guys recall, when Bill Russell missed that 3 throw, he actually picked it back up, and then he passed it to Havlicek, which counted as a 3. So he had 7 points, Larry Bird, and 2 rebounds in this episode. So Kevin Durant, 8 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 dunks. Sean Kemp had 2 dunks on the day with 4 points in all. And Russell Westbrook, he had 3 points, 1 assist, and he had that 3-pointer. So he was only 1 for 5 in the field goals. But Rashad Lewis, he had a 3-pointer as well. So that wraps it up, everybody, and we'll show you the next episode. Okay, next episode, because today is Tim Duncan's birthday, the all-time Houston Rockets will be traveling to San Antonio, Texas to battle off against the San Antonio Spurs. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Have a great Sunday, everyone.